guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Jess here. So glad you stopped by. Just so excited. I love seeing all your smiling faces. Just kidding, I can't see you. But that was a good try. So today we're just going to jump right in, and as you can see by the title, we are talking about the difference between binge eating and overeating. Binge eating is something very, very, very serious, and if you have it, I recommend you seek help because it is something that a lot of people struggle with, and you shouldn't be ashamed. I have struggled with it myself, and actually I will link it down below in the description. I did a video based on how I overcame it myself. So without further ado, let's jump into this video. So first off, we're gonna just kind of give the definitions of the difference between binge eating and overeating. So first off, binge eating is a loss of control during the binge, experiencing shame, distress, or guilt afterwards. I'm reading this off the internet, guys. Disordered thinking in which you sometimes feel like you need to burn it off later on. Can you resonate with that? If so, raise your hand, give this video a thumbs up, comment down below. Do something. I want to hear from you guys. Now, overeating is a conscious decision in which you choose to indulge, in which you choose that, okay, I want this extra piece of cake. Okay, I want to eat a lot tonight, and I'm not going to feel bad about it. Maybe I might feel like, ooh, maybe I shouldn't have done that, but I'm not going to have all of these negative like tearing down yourself kind of thoughts, just very pessimistic thoughts, like you're more okay with it. I'm not saying you're happy dory, like, oh, maybe I shouldn't have done that, but you are okay. Now, they both do consume large quantities of food. Whether you're out with your friends or at home, you will consume a large amount of food by definition. And honestly, I agree with that. Now, I will say that binge eating tends to happen more when you are alone. So this can be alone at your house. This could be alone at a friend's house when they're not around. This can be in the basement when people are in a different room. Like, guys, there are many options, but the point is many people aren't usually around because you do it in secret a lot of the times. Or even if it's not secret and you tell someone about it after, they're not around when you do it. They don't see you eating bags and bags of chips or 2 packages of Oreos. So then, contrary, overeating is tend to be done more in a social environment. You might overeat if you go out to dinner and you're at a 5-star restaurant, or if you're with friends and you have drinks and lots of fried foods and like higher calorie foods. Or you could even be home. Like, it doesn't have to be out and about, but you are with people generally. So maybe you have friends over or something. Now, like I said, the foods involved tend to be higher calorie, more dense foods. So, like I said, fried foods, high calorie sweet foods, desserts, chips, anything that's really high in fats and maybe even carbohydrates tend to taste better to the human body because it's a quick source of energy. So we're like, but so you don't find yourself binging on things of like proteins and like chicken and maybe like lean cuts of beef and those kind of things. It's more like I said, onion rings, potato chips, cookies, brownies, chocolate, ice cream, etc. Both are done typically because they taste good, but then this jumps on to the binging of you lose self-control. You don't have the self-control when things taste good. You say, it's okay to have another piece. It's okay to have 5 more Oreos, and 5 more Oreos and then turns into 10 more Oreos, and then 10, 20, and you just, by the end of the day, you find yourself eating the entire package, or the end of the sitting even. So then you're not okay with it. You sit there and you're like,
what did I do? I'm a failure. This day is shot. And when it's shot, you're like, what am I gonna, let's just eat everything in sight.
So then you go and you eat till you feel like you're about to get sick. But guys, something that I've learned that really helps me is that binging is like running a marathon. You can be at the finish line. Let's say like your daily caloric intake is at the finish line. You can run a little past the finish line, let's say like 400 calories. Or you can pass the finish line by 1,000, 1,500 calories, way far away, where you're going to have to run all the way back rather than 400 calories. Well, that's only a little way back. Yeah, it's not stopping right at the finish line, but it is a lot better than what it could have been. Does that help? I think that imagining yourself being at a finish line, yourself being in a race, yourself being a little runner, you know, or you could be a biker, you could be a kayaker, I don't know, whatever you want. But think about that finish line. So binge eating tends to associate more negative emotions. You tend to do it out of emotional eating. You have strong emotions, whether it's
hate, anxiety, depression, sadness, mad. Like, really, you just feel like, I don't feel like I have control in other areas of my life, so I'm going to take it out on food.
Food tastes good. Food's something that makes me feel better, so we're just going to go for it. Rather, as overeating is more of a positive emotion thing. Like,
wow, I'm having a great time with my friends. I want another drink. Why not? Order a pizza. Come on, we've already had one. Let's have another. Like, guys, YOLO, whatever.
You know, you're having more fun. You're happy. You're excited. You're glad to be with others. Do you see the difference? One, you are in a totally negative mindset, while the other one, you are more positive, you're more relaxed, and you're more overall okay. So, that kind of concludes this video. If you liked this, make sure you guys give this a big thumbs up and make sure that you subscribe. And because the whole algorithm thing on YouTube is a little out of whack, make sure you hit that little bell. That'll make sure that you get notified the next time I post, which is every Tuesday and Thursday. So, if you haven't yet and you deal with this, send me a DM, ask for help. I am not a professional, I'm not a doctor, so I'm not pretending that I'm going to be, but if you just want a friend to talk to and someone who can relate, I am here for you guys. So, send me a DM. My Instagram is jludlow_fitness. I would love to hear from you guys. And do both. Go and watch my last video, which is all about how I overcame this, or still struggle with it, but am doing the best that I can to manage it. I give you my tips and tricks and things that just kind of help me along the way. Alright, you guys have a great rest of your night, day, whatever the time of the day it is, and we will see you in the next one. Love ya. Bye.